Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beam Saber the Cenotaph, Part 29. I'm Austin Ramsey. I am your host for this evening and GM. I'm also the creator of Beam Saber. My pronouns are he and him, and you can find me on Twitter at NotAnIn. That's NOTANINN. If you would like to purchase the rules for Beam Saber yourself, you can do so at austin-ramsey.itch.io/beamsaber, or you can also find it on Drive-Thru RPG. If you just search for Beam Saber, it's up there now. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse, rotating cast. Now, just before I introduce the rest of the group, I want to briefly talk about the Babylon Equity Project, which is a fundraising campaign organized by DC, and you can find them at Dungeon Commander, no E in Commander, on Twitter. And this is a project to raise money to get people of color to Big Bad Con in California, including the wonderful Takuma Okada. So, Takuma, why don't you introduce yourself first?
Hey, I'm Takuma. My pronouns are they and she. My Twitter is at Takuma_Okada_, which is on that CrowdRise page, I think. Yeah, I'm wave 2 of the Babylon Equity Project, and that's actually already been funded today in like the past 2 hours.
Hell yes.
Which is ridiculous. It's really cool to see everyone show up for this. And there's 2 more waves that are set, and then DC's bringing on more people after that, actually. So if we pass the goal, we can bring in more people. And they're actually in the last wave, so we really want to meet that goal and then go beyond and get as many people to Big Bad as possible.
That it's so awesome that this is happening. I know it's something that they've been talking about for a while, and it's been something that they've been pushing for in the community, and it's so great to see it happening and for people to be coming together like that. When it is May, which is tomorrow, I will be donating, but I don't want that on my credit card bill right before the month changes for those interest rates.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyone, if you're listening to this and you are able to financially support this project, I highly recommend you do that. It's on crowdrise.com. I'm not too familiar with that site, but it's called the Babylon Equity Project. And I put a link into the Twitch chat, and I will put one into the episode description for this session. And if you don't have the finances to support it, if you could please go to DC's Twitter page and retweet or share on social media everything to do with the BOEP, that would also help a great deal, because you probably know someone who can financially support it. Alright, also joining us this evening is Ray. Ray, you are muted.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Okay, I'm dumb. Hi, I'm Ray. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at RayRayTheGayGay or my itch at rayinthefog.itch.io, which will have a visual novel about space pirates and cults and things going up on it in the next month or 2.
Nice.
Exciting.
Also joining us is Jess.
Hey guys, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and you guys can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Quasinim, and that's what I'm doing. I also do a podcast about movies, The Movie More. We just did a ridiculously long episode on Endgame, and I'm tired. I also can't quite breathe properly today all of a sudden, so...
All right. Hope you feel better. Also joining us is Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Arnell. My pronouns are NNs, and you can find my game dev stuff at tcabbage.
Okay, so I would like to get into it immediately, but Jess has taken a short sabbatical. So last we left our heroes, y'all had managed to secure the server level of the Twinler and Red headquarters after overcoming Claire, who had been inserted into those server systems and was controlling the movable towers as she saw fit, and was using those servers to beat the hell out of y'all. But you managed to overcome her, and then you walked through that final door into the secondary control room of the Sovereignty engine, where you all had some disagreements about what to do with that machine. And that machine, what it does is it can grab things in orbit around the planet, whether they're spaceships, space stations, thumbnail-sized pieces of debris, or whole clouds of debris, such as that which orbits this planet and prevents satellites and makes planetfall difficult. That device is also located in the tower in Journey City. The space elevator, which dominates this entire region and is the primary method for getting things to and from space. The primary control room for the tower, or for the Sovereignty engine, is underground beneath the tower. You'll have concluded that the Shadespeare squad you previously encountered, with Harlan Smythe among them, is probably making its way to that primary control room as you speak, and they probably have 2 days on you. This has led to a disagreement about what to do, split down a pretty interesting line between the Jovangelian-born members of the squad, Dredge and Scarecrow, believing that the Sovereignty engine should be used, the secondary control room y'all are in should be used to destroy the primary control room in the tower, in spite of the intense dangers and high probability of collateral damage on using it to try and destroy something under the tower. The locally born members of the squad, Tower and Pitchfork, are saying that this control room should be smashed, and then y'all should try and assault the primary control room in spite of it, well, having at the very least the security of the tower's defenders, a tier 5 squad, and probably also whatever nasty surprises Shadespeare might have prepared, which some of you believe would be a suicide mission. When we last left everyone, Dredge and Scarecrow were on one side of the room, and Tower and Pitchfork were on the other. So, this is looking like it is going to be a PvP situation. If it does end up being that, there is rules for that in Beam Saber. And, well...
Nice summary, Austin. I already have anxiety.
Yeah. So, if we do end up in a situation where y'all need to roll against each other, because who knows, maybe you can talk it out, then we will discuss it. But the short of it is that before any dice are rolled, Any abilities declared being used upon each other, y'all will... We will, as a group, discuss what the possible dice might be, what the actions might be, what the outcomes might be, how resistances might work in this situation, and we will all agree and then abide by this contract. Okay? That's how they work in Beam Saber. These have come up once before in this campaign, and then didn't really end up getting used too extensively. But maybe we will even give them a more thorough testing this evening. But let's see what happens. So, the dusty room hums lightly with the sound of the computer systems having power to them. It smells of dust and stale air in here, and other than the quiet hum of those computers, there's also the low breathing of the four of you. What do you all do?
Try desperately not to be the first person to say anything. Oh.
That's interesting considering the ability you took with your advancement.
Hey, talking's a reaction, Austin. Come on.
Well, the good thing is that this job isn't done until we are done, so we have time.
Yep. Nothing but.
Well, only kind of. If we go with your plan, then we have very little time at all. And I'm actually quite curious as to how you intend to get past the defenses and also Shadespeare.
Look,
Because you know the extent of my plan, which is very actionable and very doable right now with the resources that we have.
And I think
Go ahead.
Scarecrow's gonna come in here. You can get past me. I have no doubt. You guys are great at what you do. Can you get through 7 of me?
is there... and I think I think Tower is addressing Pitchfork. And I think they're asking her, like, if there was a way that we could guarantee no collateral damage, would, like, we evacuate the elevator, we try to get people out of the surrounding areas. What's your verdict there? Is that a situation where you'd be okay with us destroying this thing from here? Because I don't want to hurt anyone any more than you do. And if I have to go in there myself on my own and dismantle this thing on my own just to stop people from getting hurt, I will. But if we can find a way to do it from here and not get killed in the process. You know.
There's no way you'll be able to evacuate everyone. There's no way.
Can't we at least try?
You'll try and you'll fail and you'll kill I don't know how many people.
We don't have to evacuate everyone in an hour. We can hold this position. But like, I'm not willing to let people die, but I mean, Dredge is right. It's a suicide mission if we go in there. And
Suicide mission is a kind way to put it. It will fail. Pitchfork, I'm dying to know what you think is going to happen. You have about as much energy left as I do. and weird at the end of our rope.
Ah, yes, the two people with 3 scars each.
Hey, buddy. Hey, friend.
Oh my god.
You got any gas left in that tank?
Oh boy, no.
You want to go home. I want to go home too. This is the way it happens. You don't want that blood on your hands? That's fine. You can kill me after this is done. If that's justice, I will take it. You get to go home.
Go home to what?
Whatever it is you've been building this whole time.
Haven't built much of anything. Killed one of the few people I actually found.
So you do something better. I will take this.
Scarecrow at this point is going to relax her stance, hands up, less threatening.
Do you have an idea for how we get into the tower and actually do the fucking thing? I'm listening.
I don't know whether she actually can come up with a plan. Like, how much do we know again?
Can I? How much of the tower can I pull up schematics on?
You know, I think with all of the information that you have now, you can probably get the entire blueprints because Twinler and Red built the tower, and although you pulled up the information specifically about the sovereignty engine, that's what you were looking for. So I think you have the information about, or the blueprints for the area around the device itself and the control room itself. So you know how to find your way to the control room if you had to go there. Also, these blueprints are like out of date if there's been any renovations in the tower. Excuse me, in the tower at all, which is to say nothing of anything that Shadespeare might have done if they are already there.
I have a mechanical question as to the extent of the ability of Roadmaster, which is would it be possible to burrow down through the street in front of the tower to get underneath the tower?
And then blow our way in.
Yeah, you could indeed tunnel into the control room using that, I would think. It will, of course, require either a suitable wreck or destroy roll, but you can definitely go all sapper on it.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take that answer.
It's when you dig the tunnels under to weaken the thing.
That didn't clear anything up. I'm sorry.
Sappers traditionally would like dig under tunnels underneath like castle walls during sieges to then literally undermine them.
Neat. That doesn't go towards our goal of keeping the tower up, but I like it.
Yeah, more of an infiltration.
Okay. To be clear, if you like dug a tunnel there,
wouldn't
even
be
even
very
on a
sneaky.
failure, yeah. Well, okay. One, it would not be sneaky. They would be able to hear you coming, but that's not to say you might not get surprised. You still could, but I just wanted to be clear that even on a failure, digging a tunnel to the control room is not going to destroy the tower.
Sweet. Awesome.
Okay.
That's
Do you-
something.
Does Dredge communicate this, do you think? Or
Yeah. Which I guess would just be like if if we're not concerned about the roads, then there's an idea.
roads,
And that's
roads can get rebuilt.
yeah.
Roads don't kill hundreds of thousands of people. If they get fucked up a bit.
It's a little infrastructure, right?
If we can come in from below, I'm always good with that. Do we have the... Where is the tower? Exactly, in relation to...
I'll take us over to the play screen, and then
Like, if we can get to the Journey City map, where is that in relation
Yeah.
to a body of water, do we think? Is it here?
yeah, the big circle in
Big
the
ol'
middle of the map. That's the tower.
Yeah.
Has that been there the whole time?
Yes.
We keep going to the Broken Bank.
Yeah,
It's
we
true.
have never looked at anything north of the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Also,
No.
just like
No.
look how relatively close y'all are to the tower. Like
Oh my god.
You-
Yeah,
It's like a 40-minute drive.
we could just like...
It's like a 3-hour walk. Oh my god, it's that.
Which, to Scarecrow's mind, says the Shade Squad spear is installed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've proven ourselves capable of fighting through this stuff again before.
Scarecrow. Shakespeare has 2 days on us, and all the intel that we do, and the machine is still not on. Do you have any idea why that is?
Can't say. I don't. Shadespeare units are decentralized. There's no central command that we answer to. I only know how they operate. I don't know what they're doing, who specifically they're answering to, or what their specific objectives are. For all I know, they're holding it. For all I know, they're not there. For all I know is, what I do know is if they are there, and I suspect they are, we are in for fucking trouble.
Do we have
We'll just
time?
take them out. It's fine.
It
Yeah?
seems-
It's
Honestly-
fine.
With what exactly?
I'd like to take my ability now. I figured it out.
That's quite the pronouncement. All right, what is it?
Not to be trifled with.
Hell yeah!
Fantastic.
As
You're the most valid. Ow, I hit the microphone.
Okay, well. That might
We're
work.
a small gang. Sorry, I'm very excited about that. I love that move.
Love to be a small gang.
Sorry.
Love to be a small gang.
hashtag small gang.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like we're gonna... Seems like we're dying either way. Like, at this point.
I just want it to work.
Like, I'm in for whatever plan means we're not killing in the tens of thousands. I'm whatever needs to be done to stop that.
Austin, I have a question about also mechanics.
Mhm.
Is there such a thing in Beam Saber or in Blades in the Dark generally as taking 20?
Yeah, I was gonna
Uh,
ask about that.
it could be represented by a fortune roll, but really taking 20 is the kind of thing that would happen during downtime.
We could initiate like a long-term project, maybe.
That is like, well, what are you thinking? If you are comfortable saying.
Yeah, well, like, I'm extremely excited to have a different plan than this, um, but if there was such a thing as taking 20, it would be like, Dredge staying down here, running the numbers again, running the numbers again, running the numbers again, for I don't know, several days probably, to make sure that
The surgical strike.
was actually surgical.
Yeah, that would be a long-term project, 100%. Because, and I was wondering if someone might actually think about doing this because, like, you can see just by looking around this control room that this place is supposed to be operated by like a dozen technicians trained specifically in how to use this, right? So like, even someone as brilliant as Dredge is going to take some time of figuring out, like, one, the numbers, and two, how to rig up the controls such that, like, even at most 4 people could be using it, unless you want to bring more people down here.
We bring in the rubble runts.
Hey kids, you don't have enough trauma on your hands.
Also, as a reminder, you do not actually have infinite time for this mission. The March of Saints give you a week to clear this place out, because Tusser doesn't know if you're going to die down here, so they're not going to wait forever. Right? She gave you a week, and you spent, like, the first day, essentially, clearing out most of it, and then you spent several days on
Like
your last
3.
downtime
2 days.
activity.
2 days.
Like 3.
It's like a
Like 3
Wednesday.
days.
It's like a Thursday. We still have the weekend. It's fine.
We still have like
So-
a solid long weekend.
I just want to be clear that, like, you do not, in fact, have infinite time. The March of Saints are going to get curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm all for busting in there. Like, I'm not normally one for. Actually, no, that's a lie. I absolutely am one for loud explosions and subtlety. But
You say with your fucking Spider-Man explosion dragon stunt.
yeah, yeah. I was about to say it, and then I remembered I did that.
I did
So-
that.
Just
I
wanna-
did that.
Pitchfork, just out of curiosity, are you still aiming a grenade launcher at us?
Yes.
Yeah, that's still up. Great.
No, it's probably shifted away, slightly away from Dredge and more towards Scarecrow.
Beautiful.
Fair.
Who has her hands up and is trying to look
No,
as
I think the hands have dropped back to her side. Wait.
Okay, I have my part, which is I can get you into the tower. How do you get past the tower security? Full stop. How do you get past Shadespeare? Whatever the fuck they're doing there. Pitchfork, you've got muscle. You've got some sort of deadly plan in place.
And a
Scarecrow
stim pack.
in a stim pack. Oh Christ!
I can try and, get behind their lines. Try to not infiltrate, but go past no man's land, get behind enemy lines. We flank them. Take a shift in that janitor job.
You still have that.
Yeah, I still have that. It's been a side gig.
Do you show up for that?
You've just had a second career.
Have they fired you yet?
Oh my god.
Look, we all have our different ways of de-stressing.
Evidently.
To be clear, that janitor job was not at the tower, right? That was
No, I know. I'm just.
Yeah. That was at the Society for Wider Understanding's offices, which are near-ish the tower. They're closer than the Broken Bank, anyways.
In the vicinity.
Are there any favors we can call in? Speaking of. I need to look at the factions that are actually friendly with us. I guess.
Yeah. Austin, remind me. You said the last time we were above ground. Wait, no, that was the thing that Cass did. Never mind. That was her quiet year thing. Never mind. I remembered someone mentioning that the circus was in town. And I didn't know if that was canon.
Right, yeah.
The last time you saw the Cirque du Soldat on screen was at St. Gertrude's funeral, where they were helping to provide security for the procession.
Yeah, I forgot that wasn't canon.
Fucking wild to hire clowns to do your fucking security for your funeral.
I have friends in real life that are jugglers. They could fuck you up.
They all wore their sad clown faces.
But, you know, let me open the squad sheet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the factions you have positive relationships with. You have +1 with the Cirque du Soldat. You have +2 with Doctors Beyond Stars. You have +3 with the retired Rubble Runts. You have +3 with Bishop Finmal. You have...
I mean,
How do we have +3 with the hyenas?
You
Or
have
am I thinking of a
+1 with Lady Elreth.
do we call in the hyenas?
Probably.
You've got +3 with them.
I think we call in the hyenas.
And you've got +1 with the Wolf Pack.
Do we call in the hyenas?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
we're doing this the complicated way, then yes.
When have we ever not done something the complicated way?
Is this conversation in character?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that this is a time where we need to be very strict about what is in and out of character.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
of how
sorry.
tense. No need to apologize. Just because of how tense this situation is.
Yeah.
So.
I think even so though, as this whole conversation goes, no matter where the negotiations go, I think Pitchfork is still pointing a grenade launcher at Scarecrow, and Scarecrow is still ready to quick draw on Pitchfork.
God.
Fucking Tara and Dredge are like working out an actual plan. Like a fucking tumbleweed goes by from the screen.
Well,
That's just the party dynamic right there.
considering how dusty it is down here, it's probably a dust bunny that rolls by.
Yeah, this just sounds like that sounds like a good summary of the party dynamic.
Hey, it's us. Honorable shit to the bitter end.
God.
We're so very close.
Yay, duplicitous.
We are the party of unity. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we call in all the favors we can get.
Do we have... Well, it doesn't matter if we have the luxury of time to prepare because we need it.
Dredge, you have your mentor is with Doctors Beyond Stars, right?
Yeah.
Could they evacuate the tower? At least partially?
They'd certainly get it started.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing.
A warning from Doctors Beyond Stars is going to be listened to.
Exactly. And, you know, we can certainly call in that favor.
I'm going to recommend that y'all start taking some notes on what your potential ideas are so that you don't forget your plans.
Okay. Get a pencil.
I
and
almost
paper.
sent that privately to Takuma.
And if this, like, I know that Beam Saber has the player principle of act now, plan later. But I think because of the fact that it seems like Pitchfork and Scarecrow both need some convincing, I don't know if we can do the whole, like, do it now and then flashback later. Y'all, you know?
Yeah, I think this conversation still needs to happen.
Yeah, like, without a tangible, like, believable plan, Dredge is gonna do the thing that Ko knows will work. So, this is an important conversation, at
Yeah.
least as a character thing for me.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, it feels like as much as it feels sort of weird to call them in after all this, I think the hyenas are probably our best bet for this. They're good at blowing shit up.
They are. They would be a fantastic distraction.
Yeah.
They like violence. We have violence to do.
Yeah. Do they like violence enough to answer the calls? Hey, you want to attack the tower?
What's our relationship with Lady Elrith?
It's +1.
+1. If we-
Don't know about that one. Go ahead.
No, but if we can like find something that would appeal to her in the area, like find a thing that in the area that she would be inclined to go for, we could maybe direct her there as another point of distraction. I worry about the collateral damage with that though.
There
So
would be a lot.
something that happens while y'all are talking is that the control system comes out of standby mode, and you realize that you realize two things. The first is that it has left standby mode because it is in communication with the primary control room. The second thing you realize is that means that you can communicate with outside forces from here if you use the secondary control room's communication systems.
That might be the first time you've ever used your GM powers in a way that benefits us in the middle of a conversation. I don't know how to...
This is
What?
odd and compelling. What are you up to?
Oh, well, to be clear, as I said, the first thing is that it means it's in communication with the primary control room.
I think I know what the second thing is.
I told you the second thing. It was that you can contact other people using the secondary control room.
Oh, wait. No,
And-
I'm having a brain fart.
You can see that the primary control room is running a test cycle of the systems, which will take a while, to be clear. Like, it's
How long is a while?
the system estimates it at 24 hours,
Okay.
Well,
which
Well-
is an estimate, and B, not that long, or maybe long enough.
I mean,
Is
if the
it-
sorry.
well, is it like a fucking Windows installation where it's like, this will take 4 days to update your copy of Minesweeper, and then it's just sort of done in another 15 minutes?
I think that would require a roll if you want to try and determine that. But because like none of you are like the systems in here are not the the secondary control system is not connected to the computer systems throughout the rest of this headquarter facility. It is like off the grid, so to speak.
It seems like if we've got the communication rig up and running, if we're gonna try and get an evacuation order placed, that's the first thing we should do, because that's gonna take the longest.
Oh, also remember your like primary mission for why you're here. Just as a reminder, is to give the actionable intel you are collecting to Castle Kim.
Yeah.
So
I have a copy. I have a tower of hard drives. That's something. Is that enough?
you, basically, if you want to complete that mission, you have to give Castle Kim everything that you have on the sovereignty engine. You could use the controls room to transmit that if you were so inclined, or you could, wait and hold off.
I'm really nervous about using this machine for literally anything for more than a couple of minutes.
Okay. I want to be clear that
Clear.
if you fail a roll, you are not going to accidentally drop a satellite on Journey City or something. Like I'm not. If anyone's going to use the sovereignty engine in that capacity, I'm not. It's going to be intentional on Yell's part. I'm not going to be like, oh, you got a 1. Guess you nuke the city.
Cool.
Okay, good to know.
Yikes. Here, very good.
I mean, unless you're rolling to nuke the tower and then you roll a 1, and then it's you nuke the city.
Mm.
I think Pitchfork's gonna blow all of us up if we try to do that. It's not really on the table.
This is upsetting.
The timer is literally running with that test sequence, which, to be clear, is not like going to fire the sovereignty engine at any point during it. It's purely a diagnostic checkup.
Is this something? Fuck. I will roll for this. I want to see if this is something that the machine does regularly or automatically, or someone initiated this.
Okay, what do you want to roll for this?
That's a fine question. That's a super good question. I'm so glad that you asked.
The control room has no apps.
Cool. I'm gonna dump the rest of my XP into getting a pointed interface.
I was so scared you were gonna spend your stress there for a second.
Oh, the 2 stress that I have left that I need to spend on the actual thing? No, buddy. It's not gonna be on that.
I just like I heard dump the rest of my, and I was just like.
One, those give me that good interface. Just gonna roll that beautiful 1d6.
Yeah, baby.
What's the what am I?
Position and effect.
Mhm.
I think that this will. This will be a risky standard.
Okay,
The risk getting blown up by Pitchfork.
maybe.
I mean,
Hey.
that's up to Takuma if Pitchfork thinks Dredge is doing something flaky and then just nukes Ko.
Oh boy.
It's a really good question. Hey, are you gonna let me touch this computer?
I think I would know that, like, you taking like a minute to do something on this by yourself wouldn't drop the thing most likely.
Okay.
So I'm probably like, if you were there like a really long time, I might start getting suspicious. But if it's like short, probably not.
Okay, I'm just looking at my gear to see if I can't drop that brisky down to a controlled.
How much load you got left?
I got one, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Austin, your game hurts.
Everybody hurts.
It's a good hurt. It's a well-designed hurt, but ow. Owie, ouch.
Oof.
Can I argue a palm computer with useful apps?
Yeah, that could have something potentially useful on there.
Great, I'm gonna declare that. And can I drop it down to controlled that way?
Yeah, sure thing.
Hooray. Controlled standard 1 die, please. The 2. That's
That's
why I
a-
went controlled.
Okay, so you realize, like, you plug your Palm computer into it. You have to actually, like, use a physical cable for this. The control center is as disconnected from everything as possible, as is reasonable. And you plug it in, and whatever program is running on this thing, it is not compatible with what you have on your Palm computer.
Would have to update its OS to figure out what was going on. Okay.
So you're gonna have, so you can try again at a risky position by just, using the computer systems itself, or you can back off and try a different tact.
I could use placed explosives.
I can use placed explosives. That's not the problem.
We can all use placed explosives.
I don't think I have the load for explosives.
Oh my god.
I could use my fine security cracker, but I don't think that's the problem here.
Also, no, that does not apply to computer programs.
I could use my light climbing gear or my fine optical camo.
It sounds like
If the
none of y'all have
See me.
the tools necessary to deal with digital entities.
I've got expertly made tools used for fine mechanical work.
That's
not
true.
gonna do
You
it.
want to get into the guts of this computer system and rewire it?
No.
You could.
You could.
I could.
That's a choice you could make.
I'd be curious
feel
about
like-
Pitchfork's reaction.
Yeah, I feel like that would get me shot. Scarecrow, does this plan sound doable to you?
Sorry.
I don't think we have the intel for it.
When do we ever have the intel for anything?
What more do we need? We have the layout. I'm not saying you're wrong. What more do we need?
I don't know. But this ain't it, Chief.
I mean, what if we do though? What if we get scratching?
Here's the thing. Scratch works for the Myriad. Scratch does not work for us.
Best case scenario, Scratch works for Scratch.
That's the best case scenario.
Yeah, we don't really know what Scratch is, really.
Scratch is very nice and also our boss.
That's
That
fair.
does not put them. Don't fucking trust Scratch.
That's fair.
Teacher, what do we do with this nuke?
I was just thinking because they're okay. So they're an AI and computers.
They're a very good AI. They're
Yeah.
extreme. Yeah.
Scratch
If
is
we-
a good enough AI that I am very concerned.
Move. I didn't know that. That's cool.
I should stop calling it a nuke. It's more of a gun. Could be used for something reasonably positive, like hunting.
Space gun.
Mm.
Do we ever? This is out of character. Do we ever use on the move?
I I'm gonna guess no because I can't recall offhand what that does.
One vehicle gets a free 1D refuel roll. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have
Of the-
used that.
We've already used it. We also still have a floating advance, which is just fantastic. And we're
Do we
so
want to use that for
good.
something?
We're so good at keeping this goddamn playbook updated.
We can
Yeah.
only get stuff into the logistics thing, I think, now, and it's like nothing. I don't think anything could apply right now.
Not really. Do we want to just like get ourselves better, I don't know, gear or something?
All hands is look like it could be useful. A cohort would be useful.
Oh, true.
New cohorts are two upgrades.
But well, we had this thing. We could get another XP. Get a second one.
Hmm.
So the clock is ticking away.
Yeah, I think we should. I think like, even if. I think we should call in the evacuation. I think that's like the one thing we need to do right now. Because that's going to take a while. And it.
I am. Clarify something for me. You want the evacuation for which plan?
For the busting in and. I mean, for both. Like, we're gonna try and bust in, but I'm all for busting in. But either way,
I am anti-busting in.
I am aware you're anti-busting in.
I'm just for busting.
But I think either way we need to evacuate. No matter which direction this goes.
Okay. Well, 24 hours is as much time as it's going to get, so I guess. I'll call
Don't-
Polly, I guess.
I don't want to be rushing this, and I don't want to be pushing anyone into any decisions. I just think that no matter what choice we make, we need to get as many people out of there as we can.
How do we do that without hamstringing both plans? By putting everyone on high alert.
We could... Austin, has there ever been like a power outage kind of deal, with the tower?
Probably. I mean, it's sitting in like a city whose infrastructure is falling apart bit by bit. So it's certainly got its own backup generators. Hell, the top of it probably has solar panels. But yeah, they've probably had like power outages at some point or another.
And second question, can the top of it sustain orbit when it's not connected to the tower? Like I would assume so. It's up in space. It's like in a locked orbit. It would have to, right?
Geosynchronous, yeah.
Yeah, if like in theory, if the top part, like how much of the top could be detached and stay in orbit is something that would require a fair bit of math and like planning. But in theory, yes, the top, like some percentage of the top of the tower could remain in orbit if the parts below it were disconnected in some reasonable fashion.
Okay.
That second question was mostly just out of curiosity.
I was gonna say,
I mean,
you're coming up with some wild ass like infiltration plan. Oh, also speaking of mechanics, if you try to have the Doctors Beyond Stars evacuate the tower and like basically do anything, it's going to be an action roll using their tier, which is 2.
I like how all of the friends that we have are as low on the faction list as possible, and literally every single enemy we have is about as high as they can get.
We're great at this.
Yeah,
We did great, guys.
Lady Elreth and Cirque du Soldat are tier 3, and they like you at 1.
Actually, I have a question, Austin. Since I seem to have injected squads that don't exist in the fucking thing, but like, if I guess if you had to ballpark it, what tier would a Shadespeare unit be?
Probably 3, I would think.
Okay.
Okay, it seems like
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no need to apologize. It seems like we have reached an impasse once again. So I need to ask y'all, like, do we want to jump ahead a like couple of hours or something because to be clear, if you assault if you are assaulting the tower, that's going to be a new mission, right? So we can do like reward and whatnot for this. If you just act immediately, you won't get downtime. I also won't do an entanglement. But
I have a question.
mm-hmm.
Which is just out of curiosity. Did I said you had okay, last session you were like, don't fucking talk to anybody. If you talk to anybody, talk to me. Did anybody other than me talk to you?
No.
Great.
Sorry.
I'm gonna pass along the thing that I said there.
All right.
Which is, let me find the thing that I said at 5 in the morning on Tuesday.
Gear culture.
Yeah. Okay. The
The
plan
time
was,
that I'm always here playing.
God.
well, the thought was, if Dredge stays behind as a failsafe and uses the time as while y'all are infiltrating to get the mass as tight as Co can, and then if the machine powers up, Co can hit go, and make goddamn sure this thing goes down no matter what, and can use the Magpie to destroy the station either way and keep it separate from the March of Saints. Austin had some good counters to that, but I did want to broach it to the group.
Yeah, I thought about that, like having a person be a failsafe, but like one person is,
Can't
I feel
dominate.
like, is gonna get overrun.
I also feel like just out of character and just in terms of game, I worry that the person staying behind as a failsafe wouldn't have as much fun in that session. And I want everyone to be
Yeah.
having fun.
That was one of my counterpoints, yeah.
So I worry about that. I'm sorry.
I mean, if Dredge stayed behind, I could throw some challenges at Core to hold the control room.
I'll fist fight too, sir. I'm not fucking scared.
Okay. If we're going to skip ahead a couple hours, I think we need to establish what our hypotheticals are, because I think if we're approaching this plan, Scarecrow might actually have an ultimatum, which is depending on what we have as our approach. Because I think if she deems the plan that we're advancing along, like the alternative to activating the thing, as not being viable, I think what she's going to say is she's walking away. She's not going to watch another squad die.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
know
good
that's
reason.
your response. I know that's your fucking response. But I'm saying, like, in fictional positioning and stuff, like, that's stuff we're figuring out.
Mostly I just said like, should we jump ahead a couple hours? Because, like, us all kind of, like, having a time realistic, standoff is not the most interesting of stream or radio.
Yeah. That's fair.
And so, like, y'all either gotta, like, shoot each other or shoot or get off the pot.
Great.
I mean, this is yeah.
Contempt.
Like I don't like planning phases, so this is not
Yeah.
my ideal situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just hate it because we're at a crux point. Like, it's really hard to move past this point without resolving this.
How long would the
But that's the
Congratulations
thing.
on breaking
We don't have to come up with a good plan. We can either decide that the squad decides that it's a good plan. We don't have to work out the details right now, or we can say that some people in the squad don't think it's a good plan.
sorry.
I was just about to say that, Takuma. I'm glad you got there. Is 100%.
What is
Okay.
what is interesting for your character to decide about this plan?
I think for Tower, obviously, like, I think I've pretty clearly established that they want to bust in. And I think, honestly, I can't say whether or not I think they wouldn't do it either way.
Well, I mean, if you drop something on the control room, it's not going to be a lot to walk into. But
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, no, but I'm talking about, like, I don't know. I'm just being a dumbass. I'm sorry.
no need to apologize.
No, you're fine.
I think Tower thinks this is a good plan that we're coming up with right now. The bust in and fuck shit up plan.
Yeah, I think as Takuma pointed out, though, we don't need to, like, think, okay, we can assume because y'all are competent that either, like, you come up with a plan that y'all will agree on, and then we, work it out in play through flashbacks, or you don't, and then things fall apart here and now. Like, that's,
Yeah,
I think, the long and
That's-
short of it.
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to.
Do y'all trust in each other's competence?
Yeah, I'm gonna go, yeah. Fine. Sorry, this is a very tense situation. Put down the goddamn grenade launcher!
It's not a grenade launcher.
It's
think
a
it is
rocket
established
drill launcher.
Exactly.
Yeah, if Scarecrow gets hit with it, she'll get impaled and then explode.
Gross.
Not before she puts a round through the arming computer.
At any rate,
That's exactly what I would want.
No, the arming computer of the weapon
Oh,
you're
to just
holding.
fire randomly. Great. Awesome. Thank you.
okay. So Scarecrow is on board with the assault, with whatever plan, like assault in quotation marks. I want to be clear, whatever plan y'all come up with, and then we will figure it out. Like,
Yeah, sure.
is that?
I've been browbeaten. I'm just saying, I'm being browbeaten to this.
I mean,
I'm just.
No, sorry. You said, I asked if y'all trusted in the competence of each other, and you said yes. So I thought that meant that you were on board with this. If you're not, that's okay. I just...
She. This. It's a difficult question.
If she
Like, are we
wants...
Are we this competent? I don't know.
If she wants to, like, not be there for the assault, to not watch another squad die, and then make a heroic entrance at some point, that's rad too, to be clear.
That does sound like fucking Scarecrow, doesn't it? Fucking. God damn it. Yeah, you know what? That works.
Dredge would really, really, really like this pipe dream to work.
So,
But that's contingent on anyone else believing it works.
well, I think Tower
I'm
and
fucking
Pitchfork.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both all in on this.
Yeah. I'm reckless, baby.
Okay.
Baby with like 8 E's.
Mhm.
Baby.
Baby!
Okay. Do we want to have a quick in character conversation about this resolution?
I don't.
Not we can assume that the plan was discussed, it's been hashed out. There have been maybe 1 or 2 hours have ticked down on that test clock, and then everyone except for Scarecrow has agreed, and so I just want to see what that brief conversation is once things are settled. What does this look like? A couple hours have passed. I'm guessing that Pitchfork, as strong as she is, probably hasn't been holding this heavy anti-armor weapon pointed at Scarecrow the whole time. So there are chairs in here. Have y'all sat down? Has someone busted out some I don't know, beef jerky or something? Someone else, what's happened after a couple of hours of trying to talk about this? We're going.
I think Scarecrow is leaning up against the door frame.
I think
arms
Tower
crossed.
planted their butt on a console and then accidentally turned it on and leaped off of it.
Oh my god.
So not exactly inspiring confidence in our competence.
Dredge is just hovering constantly by the console that Ko can operate,
Yeah.
but has pulled up a chair and is draped over it.
What does draped over it mean? I've got
when you're gay and you can't sit in chairs.
okay, because I had the mental image of a fainting couch situation for a second there.
Dredge has arranged various command and control chairs into a fainting couch. Made good use of that
I believe we
engineer
call this-
skill and those fine modding tools to change them into a fainting couch.
We call this one the couch of command.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was just the first mental image I saw when you said draped.
Okay, and where's Pitchfork?
Definitely sitting down. With the drill launcher close by.
Oh my fucking god.
It's sat on your lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're valid.
So, you've hashed out the plan. What do y'all say?
Do this, and it works. And we don't fail, and I never get to see this weapon used on anyone. And it doesn't enter into anyone else's hands, and it doesn't define the next 100 years. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright then. And Dredge gets up and, stands next to Pitchfork. And gestures, be my fucking guest.
Yeah. Same.
Blow it the fuck up.
You use your drill launcher? Okay.
Yeah, you might want to leave the room first.
Yeah. I mean, is it like a we all go out the airlock, initiate the airlock closing sequence, and then as it's shutting, Pitchfork just launches 3 of them and then the door closes, and we just hear like a rattling boom.
Empty the clip.
Yeah.
Oh, Dredge lingers in that doorway a little too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think when. I think when y'all check out the damage, you can turn around like Scarecrow's already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we rush to that server room, do you think?
I'm down.
I think
Yeah.
we should rush to the server room.
Yeah.
Okay. So
How do
how are you going to try and destroy the server room?
Oh man, this I still got this mech. I still got it.
Let's just like kick some shit. Like I'll just like take the mantis and just like kick server banks over and shit.
I've got fine destruction tools.
Oh, well,
Hell,
that'll probably
I've
work
got-
better.
I've got Roadmaster. I can bury this place.
No structural damage.
Fuck, you're right. Yeah, just crushing it, just exploding it, and making a fucking mess of it.
Okay.
Yeah, just like putting smiley faces made out of explosive putty on them and just like blowing them
Oh,
up.
this is some Arkham Asylum styling. Just I'm gonna draw my little logo here.
Okay.
I don't know.
This will be a fortune roll. What do you want to roll to destroy the servers? To be
I've
clear,
got
I'm not
three.
having you roll to destroy the control room. The secondary control room is trashed. I'm not going to take that away from y'all.
I have just straight up destroy. I've got two ticks in that.
All
Yeah.
right.
What does oh yeah.
Make
Here,
that
you got
fortune roll, unless someone wants to spend stress or quirks to assist on this.
I can't. So
No bueno. If we're not having downtime, I need these 4.
yeah.
We
I think
we
I think
have
we
to
should
get
have to
downtime.
Yeah. No, we need to take downtime. I mean, maybe can we make the fortune roll and then have our downtime be just like fucking up these servers?
To be clear, if you do downtime, that means that you take like a couple of days, right? Because that is what is required for like the maintenance on your machines, for you to do like your cut loose scenes. Like downtime represents, I would say on average about a week. I'll let you do one that's like a bit faster, but again, to be clear, like it's going to be at least 24 hours for a downtime activity.
Well, glad we committed then.
I think we need to do it. I don't think we have any other choice than taking a downtime here. Unless we all want to die.
Which is gonna happen anyway.
Which is gonna happen anyway, but I want to die well rested.
Okay, so Dredge, give me that destroy roll.
Cool. That's a fortune roll. That's 2 dice.
Oh, your cat sounds so sad.
That is a crit. The March of Saints are getting nothing from these servers.
Yeah, fucking eat shit too, sir.
You are thorough. They will find not a single bite.
God.
Now you've got 3 to spend. We don't need to do downtime.
Yeah, okay. So, you head back up through all the levels. And then you get to the top. And y'all, like, things are fairly quiet, right? So you can just leave at this point if you're so inclined. We don't have to, unless you want to do a final scene with like checking in with Tusser. We don't have to. We can just do the mission completed stuff. but you also have to at this time decide, like, are you handing over the sovereignty engine information to Castle Kim, or are you not?
Well, Dredge isn't going to go see Tusser because Dredge doesn't trust Corself not to brag about just destroying a bunch of stuff, and that would not serve our interests. So
That sounds very Dredge.
yeah. Do we hand over the intel?
I mean, I think we hand over some, but not enough to really be of any use.
We had the full intel.
Yeah, but if we hand it over and then they show up and
more
they
people?
get in the way of Shadespeare, I think that works out better for us in the long run.
Yeah, you don't think the Myriad is going to stop us from destroying this thing?
Yeah, I think
They
that
can
just means
try.
They're gonna win, buddy. They're a full army. we're a corpse pickup system.
One garbage truck crew versus the U.S. Marines. Who wins?
Oh,
versus the US.
I just want
Oh,
to,
that's so
I
good.
want to read these for the group,
Mhm.
for the class.
Mm-hmm.
Just Scarecrow's beliefs about Pitchfork.
Great.
1. She would have fitted in my old squad. 2. She's gonna get herself killed. I should probably step in. I feel like they're both applying right now.
So, Castle Kim and your mission reward. Do you take it?
I mean, what happens if we give over personal information? Or what happens if we say, like, we need more time to investigate?
I mean,
Eh.
you had, like, you have already reported to the March of Saints and said that you have done your job. This was your one shot to get that intel. You don't get a second chance. You either give over the information now, or pretend you don't have it. Which, to be
Okay.
clear, is going to require a roll from someone. Telling Castle Kim, hey, the information wasn't there.
Well, maybe I can obfuscate it to such a degree, bang up a couple of hard drives so that it will take some time for them to get the information off of it, and we need a couple days at most. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the move.
Wait, sorry, this information isn't going to let them build another one, right? That's not what this does.
No, this is just a what is it, what does it do?
Right.
Right?
Well, I mean, y'all did ask, like, about the blueprints for the sovereignty engine, and I said it was there. Like, it would not be a simple thing to make by any stretch. It's might not be possible for them. But y'all got the blueprints. That is established. Or sorry, when I say it might not be easy for them to make, I mean, like, it's one thing to have the blueprints, it's another thing to have the instructions. So this thing, it's not an IKEA instruction manual.
It's the specifications.
Yeah.
Well, I'll doctor it the best that I can. To fulfill what we were paid to do and nothing more. And maybe that flies back in my face and I spend the rest of my time in a hole in the ground. But better that than not. So yeah. Do I need to roll to do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
What are you gonna
So
roll
glad
to
I
try and Photoshop these blueprints?
Well, you see, I took an online class and I have one whole point in interface.
Oh my god.
I guess it could be engineer. I guess it could be engineer. I
You're,
guess?
like,
Yeah.
going on,
Oh,
like,
and you're an
Duolingo.
architect.
What?
I am an architect.
Yeah, this could be engineer. You know how to use AutoCAD.
Hmm.
All right, action roll. Wait, no, that's a fortune roll. Sorry.
Yeah, this will be a fortune roll.
That's-
No, actually, it will be an action roll. This
Great.
will be risky standard.
Love it. Can I get some help from anyone? Anyone?
Can't help. I'm sorry. We need to cut loose. 'Cause
That
Roz is
bad,
my
huh?
mechanic.
Yeah. We're in a great position for another mission.
Wait, Ray, are you also at 3 scars?
No, I'm at 2. But
And Reese is just fucking gone. Okay.
Oh, right, you have 0. Right. Yeah, whatever. I'll assist. I have.
I have
upload interface.
zero. I have 0
Right. Yeah.
beliefs.
Bonds.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, change
Connection
that.
clock.
That is changed as a 4.1, which is released, so you have 1 with dredge.
Yay!
Oh, right.
Okay, then yes, I will help.
Yay! Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so
Take an extra die.
Yes. I'm gonna do engineer. For
I
risky.
need to up my stress to at least like 4, so I don't overindulge.
3 dice.
and think about what your belief is going to be.
Nothing but 4s.
Nothing
Literally
but
just
4s. Okay. Let's see. What might this risky consequence be? Yeah, okay, I think I know what it is. So, you hand it over, like you send it to Castle Kim, these files, and just like you can't stop thinking about like, oh god, what if they figure it out? What if like they find like, did I remember to remove that layer that I did the editing on? Like just you keep going over and over and over. So take the level 1 harm paranoid.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. That sounds right.
Woo!
Yeah, you just can't stop thinking about it.
Okay. Cool.
But y'all are gonna get paid.
Yay!
In fact, you're gonna get paid twice. Because you did 2 missions. One for the March
Have
of
a
Saints.
retirement fund.
Yeah. Okay, do we want to do that before or after the break? Do we want to break now or in a little bit?
Let's do it before and then do our mini downtime after the break. Is that
Yeah.
all right with everyone?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay.
Also, is my volume better?
Yep, you're
fixed
good.
You're fine.
Okay, so take a supply roll from the employer faction unless the mission was independent. Roll dice equal to the target's tier plus employer faction status. Okay, so your employer faction status in both cases is, I think it's -1, right? What's your relationship with the Myriad? Yeah, it's -1. Okay, so for the
We're good at
mission
this game.
for the mission against the March of Saints, that's 4 dice. So who wants to roll 4 dice?
I've been rolling a lot.
I'll roll. I haven't rolled tonight.
Yeah, roll those 4 dice.
Is it just a fortune roll?
Yeah.
Do we want low or high?
You want high.
High.
This is how much supply points you're getting.
Okay.
4?
4?
That's a
Okay.
4.
terrible.
All right. And then we'll do both missions at the same time, going step by step. So your mission for the March of Saints was against Twindler and Red, which is tier 3. So that's another 2 dice. So roll 2 dice.
I'll do that. That's a 6!
Hey.
Hey,
Woo!
so 10 total, 10 supply points so far. You're getting the Theocracy bonus times 2, so that's +4 personnel points. I hope someone is recording this on your
Got
squad
10 plus 4
supply.
personnel.
Yeah.
Hold on.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And
Loading.
so, how do you want to assign your supply points?
I mean, oh, I already recorded those personnel. Do we want to fill up? Yeah, we can just fill everything to the max. Because we've got 10 and no more room in personnel.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone take 1 cash.
Yay!
Oh, no, 2
money.
cash. Sorry, because you did 2 missions.
Yay, money!
God.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone want to take an upkeep downtime activity for free? You'll just have to spend the materiel points. Who wants to get some quirks back?
I would like
I
that,
haven't
please.
spent any, so. Oh yeah, yeah, you got junked, right?
Anyone else need to upkeep?
I did spend one. I guess I want to get that back for the last mission.
So it'll cost 1 materiel point per die you roll on this upkeep.
Just one for me.
Okay, so mark that off of the squad sheet and then roll your 1 die. There you go. You get 2 quirks back.
All right.
I guess. Wait, does only one person get, or is it
Nope.
everyone gets the?
Everyone can choose to do this. It's
Oh,
The
sweet.
one
yes.
person thing is a different ability.
Okay, cool. Then
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I'll spend a material for 1 die and clear my 1 quirk.
Yep.
Cool. So
I mean, if you've only got 1 quirk spent, you don't even need to roll, right?
yep, it's gone.
Okay. And remember to mark to erase a point of material from the squad sheet.
Okay.
I might take 2 to clear because I have 3 quirks. If that's all right with y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So that's. All right. Yes.
That's a
perfect.
3.
That's what I did. Too
Okay.
much.
And power, you don't have any.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
So do we want to go to break?
Hold on. We still have to do a couple more things for mission completion.
Ah, yes.
If the mission supports the patron faction's goal clock, add a tick to the goal's clock. Where is your patron faction goal clock? Let's see it. Hey, it's only got 1 tick left. And this definitely helped the intelligence coup goal that y'all have been working on since the start of the campaign.
So this is why we have such low trust with them.
So, y'all now get the benefit Big Brother. Between an advances in technology and an extensive spy network, you can get the answers you want. Once per session, a pilot may spend 2 stress to ask the GM a question. The GM must answer honestly. This does not provide improved effect, improved position, or additional dice.
Oh boy.
Boy, oh
Tasty.
boy.
Just a fact. Just a,
Yeah.
all right. Cool.
So you can ask anything by spending 2 stress. Once per session.
Good shit. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you love us, Austin?
Spend that stress.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking brutal.
You might have
I'll
to
do
spend
it.
some more after.
I'll do it. If it stops me from overindulging.
Damn. Didn't have to be like that. All right.
Whoa.
What else is there?
Sorry, and then Mission completed. For reward. Squad earns 2 rep. If the target of the mission was higher tier than the squad, take +1 rep per tier higher. So, y'all are tier 1, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is 6 rep for going against the March of Saints, and then another 3 for Twin Learn Red. So that's 9 rep.
That's a lot of rep.
Yeah, y'all will max out. You do not go beyond that, though, because you have to spend resources to increase your tier.
Does that go into the heart or?
No, it just...
No,
it-
heart is permanently filled now.
yeah. So it just...
Okay.
yes.
Sorry.
So all those...
I'm dead, baby.
No, it does go into heart.
No, right, that was right.
Oh.
Just
okay.
the last one doesn't fill, yeah.
Because it's permanently filled, yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we still have to do trust, but we can do that after the break if that's what people want. Or we can do that now. Preferences?
Now it's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah,
is fine. Trust is fast, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fairly fast. So if a squad benefited from the mission, consider giving +1 to that squad's status. You get +1 with the March of Saints for helping them out, and you get +1 with the Breath of Faith. If a squad was harmed by the mission, consider giving -1 or -2 to that squad status, depending upon how bad the damage was. You then get -1 with the March of Saints. We're not going to bother with descriptors right now. Just the trust of the faction targeted by the mission. So you targeted the Church of the Celestial Myriad.
Woo!
So good
That's
at
just
this.
how it goes.
Important infrastructure was damaged. Yes. That's -2. A VIP was killed. No. Civilians died. No. Their corruption was exposed to their citizens. No. At least one of their squads took casualties. No. The mission's target was high profile or well connected. Yes. The faction was attacked in a region they control. Yes. You have vendetta with one of their squads at the start of the mission. Do you have vendetta with the March of Saints?
No.
We're not at war.
Yeah, okay. So not that one. So you get -4 with the Myriad.
Christ.
That's just how we do things here at Cenotaph.inc.
Our quarterly review is not going to go well.
But now you adjust the trust of the faction that employed the squad. Did civilians die? No. Was the RE broken? No. Important infrastructure damage that was not the mission's target? Yes. You were not supposed to destroy those servers.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's now at -6 with the Celestial Myriad.
Ugh.
A squad that was not the mission's target and belonged to the employer was harmed. No. The mission was successful. Take trust equal to double the target's tier. That is +10.
Whoo!
So,
Woo!
that-
So we actually came out of this in the positives.
Yeah, that's a net gain of 4 trust.
Hell yeah.
At least one secondary objective was completed. There was no secondary objectives. You have vendetta with one of their squads? No. Adjust the trust of the squad's patron faction. Another faction was aided? No. The patron's interests were harmed. I think that's also a no.
Yeah, we helped their intelligence code.
Yeah. So you actually manage, despite all that, to gain 4 trust with your patron.
Yay, high tier targets.
Yeah, and that's just from the Breath of Faith mission. So we'll
Oh,
quickly
Lord.
do the rundown for the, whatchamacallit.
Has someone been filling the trust?
No.
We gained 4.
Yeah. For the March of
I
Saints
can do it
mission.
like that.
So,
Good.
if a squad benefited from the mission? Oh, we already did that one. Adjust the trust of the faction targeted by the mission. There was no faction targeted by the mission. Adjust the trust of the faction that employed the squad for the mission. Civilians did not die. ROE was not broken. Infrastructure was damaged. So that's -2. A squad that was not the mission's target and blocked it. No. The mission was successful. So the target's tier was 3. So that's +6. So that's another +4 trust.
With
with your patron.
oh, nice. That brings us up to neutral.
Woo!
For the first time since like the first mission.
For the first time in
Yeah.
forever.
So there you go. The March of Saints are completely unaware of your duplicitous actions, as is Castle Kim. They don't know that you gave them doctored blueprints. Y'all got paid by everybody, and in spite of your extra backstabbing.
Damn.
Damn.
You did it.
Yeah, you actually pulled off this pair of missions, and nothing
sound-
went
can you-
wrong.
Like less surprised by that would be incredible. Just a little less
Yeah.
awe in your voice from being
Yeah.
right now, Austin. Thank you.
I'm glad we've proved our competence.
Okay, so with that, we will take a break, and we will be back shortly.
I'm gonna go do some of that breathing I miss so much.